This is the Christian book that everybody's talking about right now. The one that's been blowing up on Amazon. They just brought it to TikTok. This thing is insane. If Revelation 13 had been published today as a breaking news report, would it look any different than the headlines you're already seeing? A global identification system, centralized digital currency, AI surveillance that tracks your face, voice, and behavior, restrictions on what you can buy or sell if you don't comply. Once this was dismissed as wild religious paranoia. Now it's beta tested policy. You're not waiting on the system to be built. You're already inside it. But this is why this book is different. It goes even deeper than prophecy. The evidence for Jesus is where this really gets powerful. By the time Jesus arrived at Lazarus' tomb in John 11, the man had been dead for 4 days. The mourners were already gathered. The smell of death had set in. There was no doubt he was gone. When Jesus called him out of the grave, it wasn't a quiet moment. It was public, loud, messy. Dozens of people were there to witness it. And when Lazarus walked out, wrapped in grave clothes, the shock couldn't be contained. People ran to spread the news. Word reached Jerusalem quickly, and the Pharisees didn't deny what happened. They couldn't. There were too many witnesses. Instead, they held a meeting. But before it even gets into Jesus or end times prophecy, it lays out the evidence for the existence of God with science. The entire world exists in the game's code, but it only becomes visually real when the player looks at it. Astonishingly, the universe seems to behave in the exact same way. At the quantum level, particles remain in a haze of possibilities, like unrendered game code, until observation forces them into reality. This baffled scientists. How could electrons' behavior depend on whether it was being observed? Careful experiments ruled out the idea that the measuring device was physically disturbing the particles. Even when no one looked at the data, the mere possibility of knowing which path the electron took was enough to erase the interference pattern. The unsettling conclusion was unavoidable. At the quantum level, reality doesn't seem fixed until it's measured. In other words, observation doesn't just reveal what's there, it determines what becomes real. This book could literally change the world. There is nothing else out there like it. And if you don't have it, you are missing out. Proof of God in Jesus Christ.